Hello, my name is Tara and I am a full-time reseller living in rural southern New Hampshire, and this is my first YouTube video, and I'm making a video today to talk to people about reselling online, whether you sell on platforms like eBay, which I think everybody knows, Poshmark, which is very popular, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, Mercari. There are all kinds of sites out there. There's Citizen, which is a new one that I think is very popular. But it depends on what you sell and what you like to do. And being a rural area reseller, I kind of tend to sell a little bit of everything so that I can cover my bases and make enough money to support my family, which I do selling online. I do this full time with my husband, who is semi-retired, and he helps with all of the inventory work and the shipping, and I do all the picking, photography, and listing for my business, and like mending and cleaning. I do a lot of vintage clothing. That is my specialty. But like I said, I do a little bit of everything. So this whole channel is going to be about what it's like to try and make this work when you don't live in an urban area and you don't have bountiful amounts of very trendy or high-end items. When I say high-end, I mean designer items available to you the way you may if you lived in a more urban area like Boston or Portland, or down south in areas like Austin, places like that. So we don't tend to have the trendiest stores in our area. We do have a mall about 45 minutes from here. We have two of them. We have a new outlet mall, which has brought actually a lot of those brands into the area. But for the longest time, we just had two malls in our entire state. Most stores tend to be boutiques. But the plus side of that is that being in New Hampshire and having a generally older population, is we get people who spend more money on their items, and they tend to buy quality pieces. So when they come up for resale, a lot of them tend to hold their value. So anyways, I'm here today to show you a good old-fashioned haul video. I went to the Goodwill outlet today and spent around $75. If you've ever been to the Goodwill outlet before, it is a place where you can go in and pay by the pound for a mix of items. They have textiles, which is a mix of clothing and linens, blankets, that kind of stuff, and they charge one price for that. And then they also have mixed, what's called hard goods, books, toys, a lot of toys usually, housewares, books. I think I said books. Today I picked up some DVDs, just different kinds of mixed stuff. It is definitely not a clean environment. It is not an environment where you can easily social distance. Right now we are in May of 2021, so you do need to just really pay attention to what you're doing, because it's crowded, it's busy, and you do want to keep yourself safe and healthy. So you bring hand sanitizer, wearing a mask. I don't bring in a water bottle into that environment anymore. Things like that, and just get in and get out. Our bins has recently redone the way that they do things. They used to be open for the entire day and you could just casually stop by. Now they have times where you go in, they've put out all new fresh inventory, you can be in there for 2 hours, then they close for an hour. Supposedly they clean. I don't think that's happening. And then they reopen and put out new inventory, or some new inventory, and you have to wait outside in line. For a while they had a limit on how many people could be in there at a time, so they would give you a ticket, and if it was if you were like the first 40 people to get a ticket, you could go in. Not you had to stand in line and wait till the next rotation. They still give tickets out, but everybody's allowed in because there's no limitations anymore. So anyways, yeah, I went today. It was a Saturday, which is generally a little busier. I went on a whim. I just decided to go because my kids are away and my husband's doing stuff, and I had a little time to myself, so I said I'm gonna go do something. I spent about, I want to say $75, and this haul today was not my best haul ever, but I definitely got some really fun pieces, and I got some practical pieces that will resell for pretty good money. So I'm going to show you what I got, and I'm going to talk to you about them and tell you why I got them, where I might sell them, and a guesstimate of what I think that they will sell for. A big hornet just landed on my camera. That's so awesome. All right, we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm out on my screen porch. I thought it would be nice to do this outside and get some sunlight and fresh air. So the first item I'm going to show you is a vintage. I'm looking at that hornet. Oh goodness. Okay. This is a vintage item. This is not the style of vintage item that I generally get into, but it's definitely something that I think is more on trend now because people are really getting into the 80s and 90s vintage. This is like totally over the top for 80s. It's so much. There's like a lot going on here, and it's not necessarily what is on trend for that type of vintage, but for the right person, or possibly for someone who is doing a costuming for a movie or a TV show, this might be a really good piece. And that's something to keep in mind when you're selling vintage, is not everybody is going to be wearing it. Sometimes it goes to you know, theater productions, to TV and movies, because they need something that's actually a costume. So this is a vintage jean jacket, and this is the front of it. It's a woman's, it's open front. Oh no, I'm sorry, it does have snaps. And it actually has like a custom label. So this was someone who made like handmade clothing back then, and I don't know if you can see, it's got this big dolman sleeve, and it's all been painted. It's like aqua and white and purple. It has this big, I mean, it's super oversized. The label says Sarah. That was like probably the artist who tried to have their own line. There's tons of glitter on here, and then this is the back, guys. This is the back, and you see the zebra? It is like just, hold it back a little bit more. It's so over the top. It's got shoulder pads. Yeah, it's like, I feel like if one of the Golden Girls went shopping at a craft fair, they might have come home with this. Yeah. So this is a pretty fabulous find. Things like this, they take a really long time to sell, but when they do sell, you do get pretty good money for them. I have a similar piece in my Etsy store right now that's a leather vest that's hand painted like this with like a tiger face. I'm actually surprised it hasn't sold already because of the popularity of the Tiger King show. But I will probably start this jacket somewhere around the $100 point. So this is a really, this was a good score as far as being a good money maker. Living in New Hampshire, we get a ton of sweaters and cold weather gear, and I pick up a lot of stuff like that all year round, just because it has a high resale value, and so in the winter time you can really make quite a lot of money selling this stuff. Right now it's summer, and so this isn't going to sell for me, but when it does, it will make good money. This is a boutique brand, and it's a cardigan. It's called Windy River. I don't know if you can see the label. It's beautiful. It's off-white. It's a chunky cotton boucle knit. I mean, you can just feel this. It's beautiful, and it has these really cool buttons. They're like these big chunky buttons inlaid with shell. This is a brand I'm familiar with. This sweater was probably also over $100 new, probably like $120, and I'll probably try and list this around $40. It's beautiful. Next, I got these sunglasses. I don't know if you can see them. They have like little sparkles on them. They're pretty neat. I knew when I picked them up, they have no scratches or anything, that they were like a more quality item. I'd never heard of this brand, Sojo's, and when I looked it up, they're actually not worth very much money, but I bought them without looking them up, and they'll probably sell for $10 to $15, but they'll make a great little fun little pop of something to add to my Poshmark store. I love getting stuff like this for Poshmark because it's a more fashion driven site, and this absolutely reminds me of like something Johnny Depp would have worn in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where he had all those amazing vintage glasses, but these are modern. And people are still really into funky glasses, so that was just a fun little pickup. And when you're paying by the pound, it's fun. You can get stuff like that. This next item was maybe not the best buy. When I had it out in the direct sunlight, I noticed that it has inside, it has ring around the collar lightly, so I'm gonna have to soak this to try and get it clean. But it's a men's extra large novelty print, like very, it's like a surf shirt. The brand's called High Surf. It's nice, really nice quality, and it's hard to see, but it actually has, the white fabric is a jacquard, and it has a tonal print. It's like a diamond with surfboards on top of this colorful print. And the colorful print has, like, I think they're supposed to be, well, they're convertible, some kind of antique woody car. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be VWs. No, they're just like a woody wagon. So anyways, this is pretty cool, and it's a good size. It's a men's extra large. And if I can't get the ring around the collar out, I will give it to my husband and maybe he'll wear it. He likes these Hawaiian shirts now. The next two items I got were some of the best items that I feel like I got as far as easy to sell and easy to list and worth good money. I got two of these sweaters by this brand. I don't know how to pronounce this. Gundren Sojinden? No, that's bad. Gundren Soden. I think the J might be silent. Anyways, this is a cardigan. It's black, and it's like got all this funky pattern in the knit, and it has cool buttons. It's an XXL. Plus sizes always do better. This is like a art to wear kind of log and look brand. This will definitely sell. This particular one being plus size and being black. She's really known for her colorful stuff, but this particular piece will still do well. Oh, and you know what I just noticed? It's new. Look, the extra button packet is on the inside, so this has never been worn. So I can, and it's 100% organic cotton. So I will probably try and get around $70 to $80 for this. I was thinking 50 to 60, but now that I know that it's brand new, I can get more money for it, so that's exciting. And I ended up going to 2 rotations of the bins, but the first time I went in, they had already been open a while, and so I found that sweater and then this one, which is the same brand, in bins that had already been picked through. Just not everybody is looking for the same thing. Not everybody knows these brands. A lot of people don't want to buy winter stuff in the summer. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So just don't think because someone else has already gone through and looked in a store, or, you know, if you're going to the bins, there's already a whole bunch of people have already gone through those bins. Don't think you're not going to find something, because you just have to have the eye for what you know you can sell. So here's another one of their sweaters. It's a large, and it's a little bit more of a tunic one. It's purple. I feel like I should check the inside of this one and make sure it's not brand new too. Nope. But it is organic cotton. That one feels a little crispier like the fabric does. This one feels like it's in really good shape, but you can tell that's been washed. So this one, probably, like I said, 50 to 60. The more colorful, the better. This is a personal item I picked up. You're gonna laugh. I was a muumuu. My husband's like, you should start wearing muumuus, which is just bizarre. I'm like, are you kidding me? But he's like, yeah, you look good. So I found this one, and it's like a really pretty, like, Indian cotton one, and it has pockets, and it's my size, is purple. And I'm like, all right, I'll wash this up and give it a try. It actually seems like a good idea, because it gets pretty hot here in New Hampshire, and I always liked wearing dresses and skirts in the summer, but this one's just a little easier, and you can wear it to bed if you want. So that's a personal item. Next, I just picked this up because I thought it was fun. This is a long sleeve Where's Waldo shirt, size small, adult, probably men's, and then the back has like a cool Where's Waldo. You gotta find them on your shirt, like a page from the book. Again, oh no, it's a size medium. It's in really good shape, and it's just fun. I like to get quirky stuff like this in the glasses. I just think it adds some fun to my closet, because, and to my store, for people. Not everybody wants to spend $80 on a sweater, you know, or $60 on a youth sweater. Some people just want to spend 10 or 15 and get themselves something new and fun. So I like to have items like that for people. With Poshmark, you can also bundle. So having, you know, a few lower cost items that someone can bundle with a more expensive item is a great option, because people can bundle 2 or 3 or 4 items together and then get it shipped all for the same flat rate price. It's awesome on Poshmark that people can do that, and they can put them in like what's called a bundle, and then you can send them an offer on, you know, give them a discount because they're buying more stuff. So picking something up that costs you 50 cents that you price for $15 with that $60 sweater. Okay, so separately it would be $75, but if they're going to buy both, maybe you can just offer them $55 for both, and that gives them more incentive to buy it. So that's the way that works. Another thing I really like to sell, and I've been focusing a lot on lately, is plus size clothing. I think since the pandemic has started, people have had to get more creative with the way that they are making money, because a lot of people lost their jobs and a lot of people turned to reselling. And I found that the fast fashion clothing market has kind of been flooded. People were home a lot and trying to sell their own stuff online more so than they used to, because they needed the money or they had the time. And I just find that stuff sells a lot slower, so I avoid it unless it's a really special piece. So I've been picking up plus size clothing, and almost, if I go to a thrift store to thrift, I usually start in that section. So the brand is Woman Within, and it's, I think, just sold at Walmart. I'm pretty sure. It might be Kohl's, but I think it's Walmart. These pants are a pair of just navy linen pants, just really simple pull-on pants, but they're a 30W, which is a really hard size to find, especially secondhand, and linen sells also incredibly well for me. So I will probably be able to get $15 to $20 for these pants, even just being from Walmart. So that's why I picked those up. Next, another muumuu, and this one I intend to sell. I'm not keeping this for myself. There were a lot, and they were clearly all from the same person. But this is a winter one, and it's also plus size. It's a 2X, and it's red and black, buffalo plaid. It's flannel, and it has pockets. So I don't know this brand. It's Carol with an E on the end, but it did say made in the USA, and it's 100% cotton. So that tells me that it's a quality piece. And just everybody loves this color and this buffalo plaid and flannel. So it just had a lot of good things going for it. I'm sure in the fall this will sell to someone. And you could wear it almost as a robe. It's like a coffee coat. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term. It's something that people used to do a lot. They wore these coffee coats, which were like a fancier robe, so that when they were, you know, in the house in the morning, but they hadn't pulled themselves completely together, if someone stopped by or whatever, they looked a little bit more put together. It usually had pockets because they were also busy getting things done around the house. So that's what that is. It's a modern coffee coat. So next, just a pair of pants. These kind of look like track pants, which is kind of weird because they're actually J. Jill, and they are the Wherever collection, and they're just an elastic waist pull-on pant. I find this brand does really well for me if it's this Wherever collection or linen, or the Pure Jill. There are a couple of different lines they do, and they all do well. The bigger size, the better, just like all clothing. But so I grabbed those, probably $25, $20 for those. Next is a vintage sweater. It is 100% pure new wool, made in Scotland. The brand is Highland Glen. It's a men's ski sweater. It's beautiful. This had, I checked it when I was inside so many times, and I didn't notice again until I got it out in the sunlight, but it has like a little tiny spot, and in that spot it has a hole. Now I can fix that hole. I'm more concerned about the spot. So hopefully I can get this spot out. I think someone will buy it with the spot because it's really, really light. And essentially, if you're actually wearing it as a ski sweater, you don't care because you're wearing it like outdoor gear. But hopefully I can get it out because it will be worth about $60 if I can do that. So it's beautiful. And next, let's see. I picked up a plus size top, just really pretty little summer top. Again, not a great brand. It's Denim 24/7. I think this brand, I don't know where this brand is from. I think it was like, used to be at Maurice's or JCPenney, something like that, but it's a good size, 22, and it's really pretty colors, and it's very like kind of summery boho. It's in great shape. Somebody I'm sure will snatch that right up for around 20 bucks, 15 to 20. Another vintage piece. This is a women's skirt. It has no brand, and it's this beautiful lightweight pastel plaid skirt. It's a high-waisted skirt, very lightweight cotton. This is really popular style right now. It doesn't look so great right now, but once I steam it and get it on a mannequin, it'll look really lovely. So that one I'll probably sell around $30. I had a pair of Carhartts. I picked them up. If they're not totally blasted, there's nothing wrong with these. They're not the super heavyweight ones. They're like a thinner weight. Size 36-30. And I don't know, probably 20 to 25 for these. They're just, I mean, some of the Carhartts do better than others. For the heavier weight ones, I usually get closer to 30. Next, another plus size item. Now this, if it has fuzz on it, just be aware, I haven't washed any of this stuff yet. Everything's gonna get clean. This had some fuzz. It's actually a pretty clean garment, but the bins are very dirty and some fuzz from something else got on this. It's a LL Bean flannel with a navy blue, oh, there's the fuzz, fleece lining. So like but it's got a hoodie, and it is a women's 1X. So I think people skip LL Bean a lot, but this is going to be a great piece, and it'll sell for probably around $25. And if it didn't have the hood, I would probably keep it. But I don't like those shirts with the hoods on them. I wear hoodies, sweatshirt hoodies all the time, but not. It just reminds me of high school a little too much. But someone else will buy it because everything that was popular when I was in high school in the 90s is popular now. So I have this rule about vintage. I think that, and this is just my opinion, that you can wear any decade of vintage no matter what age you are, except for the decade that was when you were in high school. Because if you wear the stuff, like if I wear clothes from the 90s, it looks like I just never got rid of my clothes from the 90s. So I can wear stuff from the 80s, I can pull off stuff from the 70s, 60s, 50s, but 90s and Y2K, which is like when I was in college, I graduated in 96, so I should just avoid all of that, in my opinion. So next is a women's really pretty purple chenille sweater. Speaking of things that came back in again from the 90s, this year chenille had a big comeback, which is nice. I like chenille. It's soft, it's cozy, and this is a good brand. So it's Orvis, and it's a women's medium. I would not have picked this up if it wasn't a good brand. It would have to be Orvis or, you know, J. Jill. I have a gorgeous pink chenille Gap sweater that's a plus size in my closet. I thought someone would buy it right away. It's really pretty, and nobody's bought it. So I'm trying to be pickier about, like I said, what brands I get, unless it's true like 2X, 3X, 4X. Right. Next, this was a bad buy. I shouldn't have bought this. I, for some reason, was drawn to this. It's another sweater. And the brand is Sear, which is a Nordstrom's house brand. It's a cardigan, and it's open front. And it has these kind of like pumpkin harvest colored stripes. It's like a taupey gray, and it has a hood. So this would be like a $20 sale. And the reason I say I shouldn't have bought it is because I did check it, but it has a hole on the seam, and I missed it and found it after I bought it. So I'm thinking I will have to fix that, and it's not worth it to do that for $20 sale. So I will probably have to sit on that in a pile for a really long time and just have it kicking around my house, and it's gonna just clutter up my house, and I'll probably never fix it, and then I'll probably just redonate it. I don't know. That seems to be the way it is sometimes. All right. The next item is another vintage jean jacket. You're gonna hear my dog bark. He thinks someone's here, but there's no one here. It's just a car driving by. So this one is Sundance brand, and I don't know if it's, I gotta look into this. This is definitely vintage. I don't know how long the Sundance Robert Redford catalog has been around, but I didn't think that long. I thought it started in like the 90s or 2000s, so I have to look into this. But this is an open front women's jean jacket with the stonewashed denim with the oversized dolman sleeves. Probably came from the same person who brought the zebra one. It has like, it's really big and then it tapers down and is a little more fitted, but this one is a true open front one, so that's kind of fun. All right, I didn't get a lot of like stuff this time. I don't know why. I didn't really, I don't know. Sometimes I find really good stuff there, and then sometimes I don't. It was pretty picked over by the time I was done going through the clothes and then could get to the stuff. I did get this Gilmore Girls complete series DVD set. There are, I think one season is missing. You open it up and it kind of looks like a Barbie case. And that's what drew me to it, was I was like, I bet you this is collectible. And in fact it is. I looked it up. But as you can see, it's missing, I think it's missing 2 seasons. It's definitely missing season 4. And then it goes up through season 7. But it looks like there was probably 8 seasons. And so I don't know what it's worth missing seasons. I looked it up. Complete, it's like $50. It does have some yucky stuff on the back, but I think a magic eraser will take that off. And worst case scenario is I sell it for $20 after enjoying it myself for a while, because this is a really good show. Probably one of my top 5 favorite shows of all time. Next, I bought this. I did not look this up. I figured my kids and I can play it, and then I can sell it. It's a game. It's made by Chronicle Books. Almost anything Chronicle does is usually at least worth taking a look at. They do a lot of like coffee table books. They're usually sold at independent bookstores and gift shops, and they just make cute stuff. So anyways, this is a Oh My God Stacy totally 80s game, and it's not a trivia game. It's just says grab your click, grab your gear, and prepare for a game of cooperation and sabotage in the clash to be the coolest in school. Oh My God Stacy is a fast-paced party game. It's easy to learn and full of 80s attitude. So it's like a cooperative game, I think, where it's very like I don't know, you collect gear cards, play action cards, and earn cool points for your clique. But just like high school, things can get messy fast. So I don't know. It had neat pieces on it. It's got like little pizza pieces, and it just seemed fun. And I feel like I've seen this somewhere, maybe at Target, and I thought, oh, that would be fun. So I think we'll play it one time, and then I'll probably sell it. So hopefully I can get $10 for this, but that was just kind of fun to pick up. I picked this up to resell. This is a puzzle by Mud Puppy. It's a 500 piece Little Scientist puzzle, and it retailed for $13.99, but it's brand new. There were a lot of puzzles there, and puzzles were a really big thing last year. I don't think they're as big right now, but this is more for a kid. And inside, when I popped it open, the bag is still sealed, so I thought $10, that's a quick and easy sale. And then I bought this for me personally. I've thought about buying this in the past. This is a puzzle roll-up. It's like a cloth, so when you're doing puzzles, you can put them on the mat, and when you're not done with them, you can roll it up, and you can just put them away. And we have a small home, and I bought a whole bunch of puzzles to sell, and we need to assemble them to make sure all the pieces are there. So my plan for that is to do them with my kids, use this, make them on the dining room table, and when we have to eat dinner, we can just put them away. So yeah, it's just something I've thought about buying personally for a long time, and they're not cheap. I believe they're like $25, $30 for these. So getting it at the bins was a great deal. All right, now we have to go get the second bag. So everything you saw that I just showed you was from the first rotation, where I went in after everybody had been in there for, you know, an hour already, an hour and a half, and I just had 30 minutes to go in and look and see what was left over from everybody else. And I spent $28 and got all of that stuff. So it's a pretty good deal. Now this next time I spent a little bit more. I think the stuff I got was a little heavier, and I spent around $36. So I'm just gonna grab that bag and be right back. Okay, back. All right, so let's see. I desperately searched for the bottom to this, but I couldn't find it. This is a pajama top, and the brand is Notori, but I think someone might just want it, or I might keep it for myself. It's a large, and it's so soft, and this is a really high-end pajama brand. If I had the bottom, I would be able to get $50 for the set, 40, 50. The top alone, maybe 20 bucks, but somebody will buy it just by itself. It's one of those brands that people seek out. Next, these are just Old Navy jeans. They're the boyfriend jean. They're size 6, and look at these. These are ridiculous. They have the raw hem. They remind me of like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake in the 90s. But this was a style with these like two-tone jeans that was popular last year. I don't know if it still is, but I don't have a lot of jeans in my closet, so I've been trying to fix them up. They're all really expensive at my thrift stores, and they're usually like not really good ones, so these were pretty trendy, and I just thought I'd grab them. I think they'll probably sell for $15. Next, this is a outdoor research, like Elmer Fudd style hunting hat, but it's not a hunting hat. It's fleece lined. This is a really good brand. It's called the B-17 Bomber Cap. So that's cool. I can look up, because it had the style name on the side, and find out all the, this is at like a technical outdoor brand, and so if I have the style name, I can go online and Google it and find out all the specs. Like this might be made with like Cortex or something like that. But this I should be able to get $20 for, no problem. If it ends up being something really special, maybe even 25. All right. I got this vintage piece. This is a really good vintage piece. It's really wild. I feel like I usually don't get really wild, crazy vintage stuff at the bins. Like it's more subdued, but they had some crazy stuff today. They had that zebra coat, and then this. This looks like an Afghan blanket, but it's actually a skirt. And it's definitely, it has fringe at the bottom. And it has, it was made to be like this because it has a brand, which I've heard of. It's Empress, made in Hong Kong. And it has like this little like tie on the side so that you can adjust the waist. Yeah, this is crazy. It's not lined, so you would have to wear a slip underneath, but that's what everybody did anyways back then. It's just awesome. I mean, like, look at, so vibrant. So that is a, you know, as far as a money maker, that's a great piece. That's probably, I would say, I'll have to look it up, but I think like an $80 piece. This was another really great vintage piece, probably from the same person. I found them in the bins right next to each other. This is a dress. Now I will need to soak this just because it has a tiniest bit of underarm discoloration, but it's a crochet, beautiful crochet dress. It doesn't look like much on here, but on a mannequin this is going to be beautiful. It has this belt that kind of came out that I need to reweave in. It's got like almost like a fishnet, and then it does have a lining that's a really beautiful natural linen. This is definitely from the late 60s, early 70s. The brand is another Motuan's Creation, 100% cotton made in the Philippines. Yep. A lot of this vintage crochet stuff is made in the Philippines. I've had a few pieces. it's just really pretty. And this is like, again, this is probably like a $80, $90, maybe even $100 dress. I'll have to look it up and see what this brand is going for. I have another vintage crochet ivory dress that was hand loomed in Ireland in my closet, and that particular brand is worth quite a bit more than these ones made in the Philippines, but these still sell really well. And these are a little more bohemian, so they're a little more universally appealing for what's on trend right now. All right, next I got this J. Jill sweater. It's pale pink. It's a basic. It's a XL. It's a newer label, or J. Jill. It's cotton. It's really pretty. I just don't know if I sell it maybe 20 to 25. I might keep this for myself. Let's try it on. I like pink sweaters. Okay, next I grabbed this belt because I thought it went with a pair of pants, but it doesn't. I thought it went with these Torrid pants. These are black polka dot, wide leg. They do have a belt loop, and they're not a great Torrid size either. They're 00, but they'll still sell because they're polka dot, and Torrid's popular. So yeah, $20 probably for these pants. They're cute. With Torrid, it's super easy to list because they have a style number on the tag, and you can go in and Google it and find out what it was called. And if you want to, if you're that reseller, which I am, you can steal their stock photos. And so you always have a good picture to advertise it with, as well as I always include like my own pictures. But it definitely helps it to sell better to have it like on a body. Next this is another women's just plaid button down. This is made of technical fabric. This is Duluth Trading Company. The tag is faded on this, on the front side for some reason, but not the back. I don't know. It's weird. The back is vented. This is a hiking shirt. So I'm gonna have to measure this to figure out what the size is, but this is a really, I love picking up this brand. It sells a lot quicker when it's men's stuff, but the women's stuff for me does really well too. I'm guessing this is probably like large, and I'll probably sell that for 25. Next, this may be a personal pickup. I have trim on, just Old Navy jeans. They're black, and they are the curvy profile. So they're like a, I don't know, I guess they're kind of like a skinny. They're not super skinny. I need more jeans. If they don't fit and I think they look stupid, I will sell them for $15. Next, this is a dress. This was a good brand. This is Nanette Lepore. This is pretty. It's navy blue. You can't really see, but it has a little metallic in there. It has a little slip that goes underneath of it. It's just, you know, it's just pretty. And this is her lesser line. It's Nanette by Nanette Lepore, but it's a good size. It's a 10, and I think this is like $25 to $30 for that. This was a really great item. I was really happy to find this. This is a linen jumper. It's really long, so it's going to be hard to see. It's like a beautiful golden flax color, but it has, the top part has these overall style straps. It's not buttoned, so it's going to be hard to see, but they crisscross in the back. They have big shell buttons, and then it has this patch which says Cloud Crossing by San Sushi, which is, I think, a boutique brand from the 90s or 2000s. That's the only label, but it's 100% linen, made in the USA. This will sell for $50. Linen's really popular. It has pockets. It's a neutral color, and it's just a very popular style right now. And even back when this came out, that would have been a great item to resell. I got this vintage wrap skirt. The brand is Gordon of Philadelphia. I'll just show you because you guys know what a wrap skirt looks like. Really pretty knee length, floral, and it just reverses to solid blue. It has a pocket on the other side. It's just pretty. This piece, oh, I just see a little spot on it. Oh well, that's okay, that'll come out. I'll probably get like in the $40 range, 40 for that. It's in pretty good shape. Yeah, as long as the spot comes out. It'll still sell with the spot on it too, because it's actually on the blue side, which Most people, I think, will wear it on the floral side. This is just a scarf. It's silk. This weighs nothing, so I paid like 5 cents for it. It's Talbot's. It'll look a lot nicer when I steam it, and this will sell in the fall. It's good, beautiful, a fruit print with like pumpkins and acorns and fall foliage, leaves, and this will probably sell around 15 to 20. I love selling scarves. They just, especially when you get them at the bins. This one was made in Japan, so it's a vintage scarf, so I can put that on Etsy too. This is a pair of men's Lululemon athletic shorts. Now, they have a flaw. There's a hole. They're double layered, and the outer layer has a little rip right there in the front. But you can, because they're double layered, when you're wearing them, you're not gonna see it. And I don't know, they're a good size. They're a men's extra large. And Lululemon will do free repairs, and I don't know that you need to prove that you bought them there. I don't think you have to provide a receipt. So I sold a pair of Lululemon men's joggers with 3 holes in them over the winter that sold in a day for $35. So if it's not, I wouldn't say pick up Lululemon with flaws for women's, but for men's, I don't have any problem selling it. I don't know why. And so at the bins, when you're paying $1 for something, and then you can flip it for 25 to 35, this is like the easiest thing in the world to take a picture of. Just grab it. All right, next, this is another item I almost didn't get, but I decided at the last minute to get it because it is plus size. It's Coldwater Creek, and it's a sweater, and it has like this embroidery and applique. It's definitely a holiday sweater with like 2 turtle doves. I think that's supposed to be like I think it's supposed to be like in a pear tree, but I don't see any pears. It's got this metallic embroidery. It's a 1X, and it's really soft, and it has Angora in it. It's cotton and Angora. So I decided to get it, even though it won't really sell till the holiday. I think it will sell for 25 to 30. It's pretty, and for the right person that that's their style, that will be a nice holiday sweater. Would make a nice gift, actually. Next, this is just another basic. This is like a Lands' End women's small corduroy jacket. It's like a denim jacket style. It has a little stretch to it. These are expensive, and I think I can get $25 for this. And I feel like this style is kind of like 70s, 80s looking, and people still really like those. If it's the wine that have the shearling lining, no matter what brand they are, even Old Navy, pick it up because those sell so quickly. Even if it's like most of them are faux shearling. They're not, most of them aren't real wool. They're like fleece. All right, so then I picked up some kid stuff. I used to own a children's consignment store. I've actually owned 2 of them, and it's hard for me to walk away from kid stuff because some of the stuff I see at the bins, if I had to still have my consignment store, it's the kind of stuff like I loved to get and my customers loved to get, but it doesn't always sell so well online. But so I really try and pick these things carefully. But I got a few things. So this is a tea collection top. This is a really popular brand right now. This one's size 5. They run really small, so this is like a 3/4. I got these Hannah Anderson pajamas. They do have a stain on the knee, but it doesn't really matter. I can try and get it out, but even without, they'll sell in there for Christmas. They have candy canes. Here's the top, and they're organic cotton. All of their pajamas for kids are organic cotton. Those are size 5, and those will probably sell right around $20. I don't sell on Kidizen right now, but I want to. I think it would be something worth trying because I do have a lot of kids inventory left over from my store that closed last year. We closed because of the pandemic, and I just kind of decided that it wasn't worth my time. I'd owned it. It was a store I bought a year and a half before, and it was a fantastic business, but the pandemic really just killed it, and we were just kind of just skating along, waiting for things to get worse when the winter rolled around, and I just didn't want to deal with that. So I just said, well, while we're ahead, I'm just gonna go ahead and close. And I think it was a really good decision. But I have a lot of stuff I bought for my store, and it's still left over, and I just don't know what to do with it. I could take it to another buy sell trade store, but I wouldn't. I'd just make my money back, and I feel like there's a lot of profit to be made if I can figure out the right platform to sell it on. So I'm looking into Kitizen. So anyways, I got this little Patagonia vest, and I actually saw this on the floor in the bins. Like, somebody had been going through everything so quickly they knocked stuff on the floor. And this is size 18 months. This will probably sell for around 15 to 20. It would sell for more, but it has a little bit of wash wear. So I'll just be honest with people, but it'll still sell, and it should sell pretty quickly. Next is this other little kid's jacket. This is so cute. It's fleece too. And it has this really cute little heart pocket and a hood. And this is definitely like the brand is Gypsy and Loic, size 5. I don't know. This is like a boutique-y brand or something that somebody bought off Etsy. It's really cute. It's probably, yeah, it's probably like a small company or handmade, like a little handmade company. Another Hannah Anderson. This is just like a little twirly skirt. It's kind of fun. Probably $10 for that. And then next I got some kids snow gear, and this was a brand I'd never heard of, but I could tell it was really good quality. The brand is called Gusti, Gusti, and this is a size 4, and this is a green snow coat, and it has these corduroy floral appliques with embroidery, and then faux fur on the cuff and on the hood. And I mean, you can just tell by touching this, it's like really nice, and I didn't see any signs of wear whatsoever. I mean, it's super nice. And then I found the matching snow pants to go with it. And there were actually a couple pieces by this brand. I didn't get them all because some of them were more worn. So it's got the brown snow pants, and these are like just, these have a little wear on the knees. I just need to wash them, but it's fine. So size 4 for those. And then there was a purple pair as well, and these are size 3, I think. Yeah, 3. And again, these just need to be washed. They have almost no wear on them. There's like a little dirt spot on them, but I think that's from being in the bin. So yeah, I need to look more into that brand, because I'd never heard of it before. We're coming to the end. We don't have much left. I grabbed a couple pair of Hannah Anderson. I grab whatever, even if they don't have a match, I just grab them. This is just another organic cotton PJ top. It has like whatever polar bears. Because what you can do is you can lot up a whole bunch of mismatched stuff when you have enough of it by size, and just sell it as a group, and people will still buy it. This is a Janie and Jack, which is another high-end brand. It's a little cotton kids sweater. It has little pretty snowbirds on there. This will probably be $15. All right, that's the kit into the kids stuff. I have 3 pieces left. I have this moth, which is from Anthropology, cardigan. It's hard to see here. It's got 2 different kinds of knits. It's an open front, kind of log and looky. It's got pockets. It's just kind of basic, and it's an extra small, I think, but yeah, extra small. I picked it up because it's Anthro and it was in good shape. It's also cotton and linen, so it's a good trend. He'll love linen. So I think I'll be able to get $20 for that, maybe $25. This is not a brand I would normally pick up, but it's also extra small and it needs to be cleaned. Adrian Vittadini. It's a sweater dress with these really pretty bell sleeves, and it's just kind of like knee length, but it's 100% extra fine merino wool, so this is going to be nice for the winter for someone. It's really cute and basic, but cute and high quality. So that's probably 25 to 30. And then the last piece is a vintage piece. This is a really good vintage piece. I will need to soak it. It's handmade. It's a dress, and I'm just going to button the top button here. It's this beautiful 1950s dress with beautiful ikat blue roses, and it has little buttons. All the buttons are there. There are little rhinestones in the front. Does it have pockets? No, it doesn't have pockets, but it has belt loops. It's just really pretty. It's very feminine. And if I can get the yellowing out of the top, it has a little yellowing at the top because that's where, you know, people would sweat. It should be like a $70 dress. So it's lovely. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get all of that out. I have a really amazing product called Retro Clean, where I just use a tote, I fill it up, I dissolve the Retro Clean in there, I put the item in there, I soak it and put it out in the sun for 24 hours. It helps activate it. It's sometimes up to 48 hours if I can't put it in the sun. Sometimes I have to soak stuff inside in the winter, but now it's summertime, so I can put it out if it's a sunny day. And then you just rinse it and hang it up to dry, and it usually does the trick. So yeah, it's a little pricey though, so you don't want to use it on just anything. Let's see. So yeah, that was it. That was my haul video. That was about $75 for all of that stuff. I don't know, I should go probably have totaled all this up and figured out how many items I got, so I could have given you a per item cost breakdown, but you know, just one of those items, like the dress that I just showed you, will pay for everything I bought today, and then everything else will be pure profit. And that's how we do it. So yeah, if, you know, if you are interested in this kind of content, definitely subscribe to this channel. There will be lots more haul videos because it is that time of year. I can get out and I can thrift, and also all kinds of content about what things actually sell for, and also what it's like to balance having a life as a mother. I'm a mother to 4 and 2 stepdaughters as well, and also to be, you know, a wife and a daughter and a friend and a community member, because I think that so often, you know, people have these reselling channels and they don't talk about any of the other stuff, and it can be a struggle because you are on all the time, whether, you know, because all of your customers are able to reach you through your phone, and so you have to figure out how to create a work-life balance so that you can also fulfill those other roles that you have, if you have chosen to do those roles, and it can be a balancing act. So yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about that, and you know, how to have good mental health so that you don't end up being a hoarder, because that is definitely a reality as well. Yeah, so if you're interested in some of that content, give me a like, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye bye.